Hey, thank you so much for being with us, LaMonica Garrett. Very excited to be talking with you. Welcome to the Twin Cities here. We're talking about 1883, and we are talking about the very, very, very anticipated season finale. People are loving this show. And the first question I got to ask you, because everybody's wondering, is Isabel going to be able to survive what we saw in the first scene of the show?
Man, I hope so. It started out, first scene we saw was that, and now we're full circle. And this is just, as a fan watching it, knowing what happened already, this is just one of those exciting times in TV history where, I haven't been this excited for a finale in years.
Have you been involved in a show that's been this beloved? I mean, it seems like this show has kind of taken over. Some of the interviews I've done for the show are blown up online. The fans are just extremely into the show. Yellowstone was huge. This might even be bigger. Were you a Yellowstone fan? And what do you think about the way that this show has been accepted by the fans and loved?
I've watched Yellowstone. I know how what Yellowstone did for the Western culture, just helping bring horses and cowboy culture back on the map. And I've been a part of some pretty big shows before, but I think throughout time, these years, television has just gotten bigger and bigger, and films have gotten smaller, so to say, compared before it was like one of those stigmas, actors doing television. But right now it's huge. It's like the golden era for television, and just being a part of something this big, the magnitude of it is amazing.
One of the questions that I was given from one of the previous interviews that I've done on YouTube when I told him that I was talking to you is from Roderick Wyland, and he wants to know, who is your favorite character in this show and why?
My favorite character would probably be Wade, played by James Abair. He just, something about him, he's that cowboy. Like, someone's asked me before, if we were all back in the 1800s, who would survive and who wouldn't? And I know I wouldn't. I need running water. I need a roof. I need a bed. But James, the character Wade, he's a cowboy. And that's his lifestyle. And he has some of the most richest, best lines of dialogue in the show. And it's understated, but just his delivery and just the way he carries himself as a cowboy, it's fun to watch.
I've seen some conflicting reports about the future of the show. Lots of people are wondering and are interested in where it goes from here. I think I saw that there's going to be a season 2, and I also think I saw that there was going to be another show called 1932 or something like that. What's the future of this show? Is it going? What are we going to see?
My team hasn't gotten back to me about it. We're trying to figure it out, but right now it's like, we're heading into this finale. Like, it's the only thing that matters. I think once the dust settles, we'll square out the specifics and all that good stuff.
What's it like seeing Tim McGraw and Faith Hill on set? What are they like behind the scenes?
They're beautiful. They're fun people to be around. We had at Cowboy Camp, they set the tone early with just how cool they were. They're mega stars, but you wouldn't know it just by hanging around them. We're doing karaoke night in the saloon. It was COVID, so we were all in this little bubble, but we couldn't go anywhere. But the few places we could go, we all migrated together. We were always together. If I'm going to the store, they would jump in the car with me and we'd all go to town together. Karaoke night, singing behind them is not fun, but it's, if someone came in on our set and didn't know who the mega stars were, you wouldn't know it by the treatment anyone was getting. And that's the best compliment I can give Sam too, or Tim and Faith. It's just, it was the best situation.
And going back to Isabel May, who plays Elsa Dutton in the show, she has had an extremely big breakout performance in the show, as far as just being on the scene, being noticed, being known. What do you think about her performance in the show, and what's she like working with?
Mind blowing. And when you're shooting with with all these people and you're doing the scenes in the moment, it's good. Like, there was a scene, me and Sam were sitting on our horses. The cameras were right in front of us, but we were using for eye lines when Ennis died, and her performance laying over Eric's body, Ennis's body. Me and Sam were on our horses crying, and we kind of looked at each other like, wow. Like, I'm sure this is going to look great on film, but in person, in the moment, it was mind blowing, and all of it translated to film. So it's it was fun to watch in, in person. And now it's even better to watch sitting on my couch, just being able to sit back and not be cold from 10-degree Montana weather or, hot from 110 Fort Worth weather, and just sit back and enjoy what she's doing.
And I know you don't even know the answer to this, but one of the best characters in the show is you. Where do you see your relationship going with Naomi in the future? I mean, like I said, you probably don't even know. You haven't seen the scripts. You don't know if there's going to be another season. But as far as somebody who's played the character, where do you think you see that character evolving?
That's the fun part. Like, Taylor is a brilliant writer, and where he's gotten us to this point has been amazing. And it's been a slow burn. And I think that's the thing that I love most about the relationship with Thomas and Noemi, that you kind of didn't see it coming. And when it started, it formulated real slow, and it just, it was substantial. So whatever I think would happen, I'm sure Taylor's pen has a different idea, and, it's going to be beautiful to watch.
All right. Well, one last question before we go into, before people see the season premiere or the season finale, what would you say to them going into the show?
Don't watch it live. First of all, don't, look at it the next day and stay off social media and do all that stuff. It's going to be one of those shows where you have to see it when it's really on the day, and, do all your bathroom breaks before you start watching it. Cause it seems like it's going to go by fast, but it's not. It's going to be a slow, intense hour of television.
Definitely. And I will say, I've seen it. It's amazing. You do such a great job in the show, and the show is just amazing overall. So thank you so much for being with us. I can't wait for everybody else to see it and just see their reactions. People are going to love it. LaMonica Garrett, thank you so much for being with us. Twin Cities, check it out. 1883, the season finale, February 27th, Paramount Plus. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.